6,000 to 8,000 a month.
Every month.
Every month. That's the net profit workers. You see, we have experts in this work. In stealing, that is what I mean.
Experts
in stealing. You leave some room for them, they'll be stealing your eggs.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kekeli Michael. I'm currently on a poultry farm. I was speaking to a gentleman who is into poultry. I want to find out the profitability of keeping broilers, layers, and all this stuff. I know there are several contents on YouTube concerning that, but today I want to understand why people are closing down their stores and some are still in business. If this is your first time and you enjoy content related to farming and making money, subscribe to the channel and let's keep in touch. Hello sir, welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
My name is Kekeli Michael and
my name is Fahmy Al-Hassan.
Okay. So what do you do?
I do poultry.
Okay. I have realized that a lot of people are closing down their shops. Some are even turning it into game centers and stuff. Some are selling this thing. What is making people quit the poultry farm? Is it profitable?
It's profitable. Most of the time, those that are quitting, they just saw that the business is going on very well. They just see egg. They don't know the ways that you pass through to be getting that egg to still be in the business. So they just establish it. When they reach a certain point, they are not getting what they want. So by all means, they have to close it. You get the point?
Okay.
They have to close the business. And those of us who are still, we know the terrain and how to handle everything, we are still on it, going on very well, perfectly. As some people are going out, we are still in.
How are you able to stay in business?
Oh, the business is, you have to get time. It needs 100% time for us as a poultry farmer. And then when you leave the poultry for someone and then doing other things, by all means it will collapse. Because it's like a work that it needs attention. Always you have to focus on the ups and downs of the birds to identify a problem earlier before it passes through all the other birds. So when you're able to be identifying these things very well, and then you do by the rules and regulation, you will see that everything is going on very, very well. At first, the profit margin is very, very high. So you can enter into it if you are getting like 60-70% of production, you can still survive. But in a situation now that the feed is very, very expensive, if you don't get an expert who is more or less more knowledgeable in the upkeeping from the scratch until laying stage, you go out of the business.
Before we get there, can you please introduce yourself? We want to know your background. Did you do agriculture in school or what did you do?
I didn't do any agric in school. I grown up whilst my father is doing this small one in the house. We have been rearing different type of animals, from bears to cows to sheep to even rabbit and other things. So when we reached a certain point, I became interested in the poultry aspects. Even my name sounds like poultry itself, because I'm Fahmy, which is farming, closer to that particular listen. So I intend to take the farming to go exactly with my name, Fahmy. So that's the main reason.
Professionally, what do you do?
Most of the time I do teaching. I teach Arabic.
Okay.
And then I work with National Identification Authority in Ghana since 2008. And I realized that I have to be on my own. No any query letter, no nothing. I do my things with all the concentration. Because if you are working for somebody, you can't make it in life. So the way I'm doing my ups and downs, I'm more than okay with it. I don't rely on monthly salary. The money comes, I can say every day or every week, you will get something small to be managing yourself. You don't have any problem. Everything going on smoothly.
So how many years have you been in poultry?
About 10 years. I started working with some people, working with them. When the farming is stable, they started sowing attitude. When it comes to, I don't know, sometimes it's in blood. When you are working with someone, it's in your blood. So you see everything go on very well. And the person thinks that when you bring another person, everything will be okay. But as soon as you leave there, then you can't see anything. And honest is another thing. I don't take your anything. If you want to cheat me, I just leave your work for you. For upon working for some people, I realized that no, I have to try and then do it on my own. So I rented a place. I started getting some investors to be doing one or two things whilst I was still working with national identification, because it's on contract basis. So I'll be there now, then call will come that you have to go to this region to go and work and then leave the farm, which is not helping me, because whenever I return, I see a lot of problems that I have to start solving them. It reached to a certain point that no, let me just concentrate on only the farming. So I have incubators in my other places. I used to hatch guinea fowl, broilers in small scale. That's not large, because the money aspect is the main problem. People have a fear to invest into farming because of what is happening to other people that they know. So the small one that I do, and then I do consultation, that I charge some small fee. I can do your own farming from the scratch until laying stage. When everything is stable, then I go my way and leave you with your business. Whenever you have a technical or some problem, I'll just come and then solve it for you. So that's how I think I've been surviving, and everything is perfect for me.
Okay. What's the capacity of this place?
Oh, this new place has a capacity of 2,200 layers, 1,100 whites and then 1,100 brown, and the breed too is Lowman white and Lowman brown. Sometimes people will enter into the business, they don't even know the type of birds that they are bringing in the business. And the weather for Ghana here perfectly, it goes with, and these are foreign, they are not local birds, they are foreign birds. They are foreign from Holland. Okay. That's where we used to get it. We used to deal with the local ones. It depends on the customer. If you have already bought your local, we can manage it perfectly for you. But foreign and local, they are the same and they are not the same at the same time. But for me, I prefer the foreign one because I get everything easier, because everything is intact.
Okay. Let's talk about the profitability of poultry farming. Before we go inside, I want to know about how profitable using a quantity of, let's say, 2,000.
Quantity of 2,000 is really profitable. At first, when you are handling 2,000 birds, you have to at least expect like 60 to 70 crates of eggs a day.
Which one are you using? Are you using layers or?
These are layers.
These are layers.
I'm using layers.
Layers.
It will take you 5 to 6 months before you start getting the number of the eggs that you need.
Okay.
So when you are able to hit the peak aspect whereby you reach which each bird will lay one egg. Okay. So if you are able to get 90% of them laying, that is if you have 100 and you get 900 are laying, if you have 1,000 and 900 are laying, if you have 2,000 and then you get like 1,800 are laying, which means you make it. You really make it, because you are getting like 60 crates a day. If you times it by deducting your feed inside, your transportation, your any other expenses, paying your labor and any other thing, you will get roughly, it depends on the country, but I'm talking in Ghana here, roughly 6,000 to 8,000 a month. Every month. That's the net profit.
The net profit.
Yeah, which is even less now. At first it's more than that. And there are a lot of people came into the business which they intend to spoil our business from, but 6,000 to 8,000, which the money that you bought the best, the expenses you made by, let's say, when they start laying, by 6-7 month time, at least you have to get your money. And then it will continue laying until 1.5 to 2 years when you are properly taking care of the birds. You are doing all the do's. And then at the end of the day, you will also sell the birds, which will help you to bring another stock.
Now, if you are saying I can sell in every month, I can get like 6,000.
Yeah.
That is if, let's say, 90% of them are laying.
Yes.
6,000 a month after maturity.
Yeah, exactly. When the age.
For how many months will they keep laying before I sell them off?
1.5 to 2 years that they'll keep laying. If you are doing your proper, you took care of the birds very, very well, sometimes it will even enter into 3 years, especially the white layers.
The bird will be 3 years before
you get rid of them. When the eggs start coming down, you have done all your experiences, and then no, there is coming down. The production is coming down, which means it's telling you that they are coming to their end of laying. So you have to start preparing new birds and then get rid of these ones.
I mean, if with 2,000 you are making 6,000 every month, why are you people complaining?
Oh, there are people that are complaining out there. The people that are complaining are there. We are even happy if they are going out of the business, because a lot of them are not farmers. They just realize that, hey, the farmers are making money. They will see cars coming with a lot of eggs, thinking that, oh, the business is booming. So they enter into it, and they are not there. Sometimes, most of the time, they are outside there. They will be sending the money for caretakers to take care of the farm for them here. When it happens like that, if you don't get an honest person, Master, you will go out with the business. Because as soon as there's a little mistake during production, you make a mistake in the production of the eggs will drop drastically that you will not understand. For example, if you by mistake you change the feed that you have been giving them 2 times, the production will drop. Before it will reach to that point again, you will suffer. So that's some of the things. You'll be surprised that you are getting 60 crates and something will happen and it will drop to 20 crates. So as you are there, you don't understand. How come I'm getting 60 crates? And then you don't understand. Sometimes you see them coming down, sleeping in the farm to be counting the eggs. All will not work. And then sometimes they don't treat their workers very well. When you don't treat your farm attendant very well, he's still from you. He is the main person handling the best. There are mistakes that when you make, you can't handle it. Before you come back to your feet again, you spoil more money. Because when they start laying, you are spending and you are getting your own listing. Be very careful. Take care of the medication very, very well. Their welfare, their feed, it reach the standard. If you are not doing that, and then or you wait until then you be making sure that you identify diseases. Don't think that you are getting your eggs, so you always give them food, water, take your eggs. Be observing them, because you have some diseases that when it started affecting your birds, you won't get the amount that you have to get at all. At the end of the day, if they say they are doing poultry farm here, you pass the fence side, you won't even venture to even try to enter into it. That's how the business is.
Okay, talking about profitability, is it still profitable considering the cost of feed now?
It's profitable, still profitable, but it depends on the one handling your farm for you. That's the main thing. Analyzing it from the scratch. If you are taking good care of the birds, giving them the necessary treatment from the day old until laying stage, and then they started laying, and then you are going by the rules, you still make profit. If people are not making profit, like everybody will go out of the business. As people are going out, other people are even entering in, and there are new people. For example, sometimes I don't have the capacity to take care of this number of birds, but some people are entering into it new, and then we help them to reach to that stage. Sometimes somebody can even enter into the business before the laying stage. He has lost like quarter of the birds. That is the mortality. If you don't know how to brood, all it's part of the reason why some people fail. Okay. They just think that you just have to buy the birds and then put them there to you just start laying. The stages that you pass through it's not easy. So we have different aspects where people are still in the business. Someone cannot do it. So some people will look after the birds like as I'm doing right now. When they reach a stage like 14 weeks, then they sell it. And then the person will go for that 14 weeks and then you continue. There's no stress at that particular point. Or 16 weeks, as soon as you buy them, they will start laying. So you won't suffer that much. But when you want to start from the scratch, you have to prepare well. Get a very good farm attendant to take care of your birds very well. The person that can identify sickness earlier. Whenever I'm doing my farm, I don't even invite the veterinary to come and then check on my birds, because I make sure that I identify whatever is supposed to be identified early. The birds are like my friend. They are like my friend. I go into it. I chat with them. You may not understand, but we chat very well. So when I used to be in the coop this thing for 1 hour, 2 hours with the birds. And then within that period, I identify, this particular bird has a problem. This particular bird is not laying. Then you identify those that are not laying, sometimes you isolate them. But when you just give them feed and then go water, go take the sawdust and other things, as soon as something is coming, when it comes, the production will drop drastically and you may not understand. So still people are making profit. Just that I can say that the margin of a profit has reduced because of the expenses of food, and the price of the egg is not going up. But right now, it's encouraging.
It's encouraging. Yeah. The way you speak, it's as if there are sectors in the sectors in the poultry. You either decide to do broilers, layers, or which one?
Yeah. There are a lot of sectors in it. We have those who are doing only hatchery. They just bring the birds, they incubate them, and then they sell it to us. That's his work. And then we have those who do broilers, which if you have the link of those that you supply to, it's also a very nice business, even more than the layer.
Which one?
The broilers, because that one is short time, you'll be getting your money. But for the broilers, for the layers, it's a long time. It will take you a period of 2.5 years before you get whatever you have to get. It's long-term investment. But for broilers, 6-7 weeks, you are getting your money. 6-7 weeks, you are getting your money, because it lasts for 2 weeks, 6 weeks to 7. Unless you want your broiler to be that big, then you extend to 8-9 weeks. And then when it's occasion, that's where most of people also enter into the business, because everybody will kill.
We are talking about the sectors.
The sectors. That is the sectors of broilers. Yes. That's where people do it in vast. Because let's say you don't have any link, but you know, by all means, this New Year, people will chop chicken. So a lot of people that do it occasionally also do it.
No, I want to understand the chain. We have producing
broilers.
People producing which one?
Layers. We have what we call dual purpose. We have birds that they are very strong. We can leave them. They can even be like normal birds in the house. We have different type of breed like broilers. We have those that are not broilers, but they are stronger than broilers, that they can last for you. And then we have the sector of also like
only hatching.
No, apart from the hatching, we have those that we call some Plymouth, that theirs is to look after the birds up to 6 weeks, and they sell it off. We have this black and white, we call them Plymouth. Check. Some we have white cocks. Those that are roaming about the town carrying the birds on their business. So we have those who do that business too. They will just they buy like 1,000, 2,000. They look after the birds as 6 weeks. Then they also sell them off.
And then we have the distribution, those that sell the eggs.
That's it. So the eggs aspect too, there are those who don't do any farming. They come to the farm and then they be buying the eggs to go and supply. We have those people also there. That's the in between, the chain. That is the people that mostly they benefit more. Yeah, because they take the egg from you. The situation where they used to lose sometimes is when they crash with some disaster, like accident, the eggs will break or something like that. Something like that. But then they are making it also.
So on the value chain, which one do you see? You have more experience. Which one do you consider more profitable?
All depends. when I say broilers, which means you have a link that you supply constantly. When you supply constantly, then you don't have a problem. And for the layers too, when you are, sometimes you get a contract that you supply it to schools. When you are getting this kind of contract, you supply it to a particular schools. That one too, you are making it because the price sometimes is stable and then everything going perfectly. So for me, sometimes too, you have to get the passion of the job. It's not always the profit aspect that you follow. You have the passion of the work itself. That's where you be patient of when you are losing small. Then you also rise up again.
Do you know what makes passion count?
No?
Money. Money will make you develop passion.
We have a station where you crash with disaster. We have some diseases that is unavoidable. You see a farm of, let's say, 10,000. They have to clear all the best because of some outbreak.
What will make you start?
And then if you don't have the passion of it, you are losing this kind of money, and then you go back to it. If you don't have the passion, you can't go. You see the problem? Some people are losing, have lost more than necessary. You 20,000 capacity of farms, they kill all the best because of some diseases that, but only they have to get rid of the best.
So, let's consider, let's say this 2,000 birds.
Yes.
If I decide to raise them for, let's say, 6 months and sell them off, or maybe for only meat.
This one, they are not for meat. They are layers. Eggs. So okay. If you do it like that, you lose.
Can I make 200,000 from this 2,000 birds?
Like how many? Monthly or what?
No, let's say at the end of the production.
Oh, you make more than that.
You make
more than that.
200,000.
It depends on the way you handle it. You make more than that at the end of the production by that 2 years time. By that 2 years time, you get more than that.
Let's come to how do you start? What are the things that you need to start?
You see, it depends on your resources, your financially, your financial capacity.
You want to say that if you don't have money, you can't start? If you
don't have money, you can't do poultry in this era at all. Because when it comes to especially layers, the food you have to buy, whether you like it or not. You have to buy. If you have to do your own feed, you have to buy the ingredients. You have to buy the ingredients to make it. So if you don't have money, you can't do it unless maybe somebody will assist you in partnership with someone.
Let's say I have money and I want to start.
If you want to start, the best way to start is get somebody with the knowledge, get somebody with the technical know-how, and then let him be your manager. Make sure that, just be lucky that you get an honest person. Perfectly, he will handle everything perfectly for you. You will get your profit, you will get his own, everybody will be fine.
But walk us through the process.
The process, first of all...
Let's say you are that honest person. Tell us what...
First of all, there should be the allocation of the land. If you get the land, you build the coop house, each size with the capacity that
the land, the selection of the land, should we consider something?
Well, where you are going to get the farm is supposed to be some places that is closer to where you can get water. Okay. The water is more important, very, very important. Even it's more important than light. Because I've worked where there's no light, totally in the bush. But water, I have to get water. Because I can use rechargeable and other things. And then when you get a very nice place, that's the first place where you will keep your best. It's not a water log whereby if it rains heavily, it can enter into your farm. It should be where if it rains for 1 week, nothing will happen to your farm. Then you have to get your quality best. Sometimes another problem is you don't get quality best. You get somebody that is not recognized, they will go just and buy their best. You get your quality best, and then you get your quality feed from the scratch. There's a process of feeding the best. When you get your quality feed, from the scratch. For example, I use Kudis, which is one of the best feed in Ghana here. From their day old until the laying stage, you get the eggs very, very big, and then you make sure that you will understand whatever your farm manager is telling you. You understand whatever he tells you. You analyze all these things. You will be buying medicine according to. You don't manage when it comes to layer. When you want to manage, it will not work. So whatever the person needs, give it to him. For example, you have to make sure that you understand some of the points he gets you. When they are grown, they take like one bag. Each 400 will take one bag of feed. All these things, you have to make sure that you give them that amount of feed. If you don't,
let's begin with the starting. The things you need to start. Then we'll go to the feeding. So you said the land,
availability of water, light, so a lot of air. Sometimes when you have trees around, it's very, very good.
What about the structure?
The structure, that's the land. Because when you get the land, that's where you build your structure on it. That's the point. The structure whereby you can get perfect ventilation and other things. And you have to know the way to do the structure. It's also one part. If you just enter into it, doing your structure the way you want, when it reaches a certain point, then there's a problem. So that's the main thing that you need.
How much can a structure now cost you? For 2,000.
Right now I can't tell, because right now if you buy something,
you did this place?
No, the one that I'm taking care of for him did the place. It was almost done before I came to analyze some things. So I can't tell exactly how much he spent for the structure.
After the structure, what about?
After the structure, make sure that there's enough money. That's the most important. There's enough money.
When you say enough, how much is enough?
For example, if you are doing like 1,000 bears, you have to get money roughly like 50,000 to 50 to 55,000. If we are to include the drinkers and feeders, all these things that you have to buy, at least you have to get like 60,000.
60,000. Is the structure included?
No. Only the production cost. Everything will be in that 60,000. In case of unexpected, this thing comes up. It can solve. You pay your bills, everything, sawdust, medication, feed, everything.
For only 1,000.
For only 1,000 bears.
Then 2,000, they have to have 120.
120.
Am I going to cook that money?
That's why I said money should be. You get the money within a year. You have to get that particular money, production money. By a year time, you have to get it. I don't want to give the analysis well. Whatever it is.
You break down, give the analysis.
The analysis sometimes you don't give it like that. You have to come.
You break it down from. That's why we are here.
Oh, the analysis.
Break it down for us.
You see, the easy thing is you calculate your cost of production. Okay. I will just summarize it. Okay. And then you look at the number of eggs you get every day.
I beg, don't summarize. You see, some of this information, if you don't give, you die.
They will understand. The cost of your production,
okay.
And then you times it the price of egg. Okay. Let's say monthly. Let me analyze something small for you to understand. For example, you have 1,000 bears, and then you are getting a maximum 30 crates a day. Which means 900 are laying. 30 crates. Let's say they are selling the eggs for 32 CD. That's an average. Okay. 32 CD. So you times the 30 crates by 32 CDs times a month. That is 30 days. When you get the number of money that you are getting for that particular production, then you calculate the feed that they eat. Because for the 1,000 they eat 2.5 bags of feed. 1,000. So you calculate.
I'm doing the calculation. 36 times what? Times how many crates? 36 cedis times 30 crates.
Times 30 crates.
30 crates. That will give me 1,080.
1,080
cedis.
Times 30.
Times 30 days. That's 32,400.
That's that which is old currency 324,000 million. Yeah, exactly. So 32
in only 1 month.
In only 1 month. But you have to take the feed. When you take the feed and some petty expenses, that's where you get your net.
That means 2 months. No. If you are doing 1,000, you can even get your cost of production.
No, you cannot get the cost of production. This amount of money that you see, when you are taking out the number, I
think you have your 60,000 down for the production already.
What I mean is, this is a gross profit.
Gross profit. Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
You give them feed before they lay.
Okay.
So you have to take the feed that you spend for that 1 month.
1 month.
And then the labor, and then other things like you buy the crate of egg. You see the transportation that you do, any other thing that you spend within that particular month, you have to take it off.
Okay.
You understand? So as soon as you take it off, the rest is your profit.
Okay.
So it depends on the price of the things you buy. The other day you get like 5,000 to 7,000 if you are for the 1,000. 5,000 to 7,000 a month. That's the gross.
The gross.
If you are able to get production, the production is very